Hello. So today I'd like to talk to you about how students, and I'm looking at this from a student view, how students can go ahead and they can put something into Seesaw that they would like to share with you. And they can do this from home. It doesn't have to be in an activity or on their journal page. They can just create something and send it to you. So, for example, what I would do if I wanted to create something as a student, I would just go up here to click on the plus sign. That brings me to this page. I could do a photo, I could do a video, I could add a link, I could make a note, I could upload something from my Google Drive as a student. I'm going to choose today to use the creative drawing tool. So on this page, as a student then, I can go ahead and I can change this page however I'd like. One thing that you could ask your students to do is you could have them read a book at home and perhaps speak to why they liked the book or why they didn't like the book, what their favorite part was. They could read some of the book to you. Let me show you how that might look. So I've already changed the background. Another thing that I could do is I can use any of these tools. Another thing that I could do is I could go like this and I could write something like my favorite book this week. Maybe it could be a weekly thing that they need to send in to you. So they could go ahead and they can resize it and reformat it. They can go ahead and change the font. They can change the background color of it. Sky is really the limit on how creative they want to get. Then what they could do is they can put a picture in here. They may have a picture saved on their desktop that they search, so that they could pull that picture in here. And they could maybe come down here to the shapes tools. They could get the speech button out and they could go ahead and they could move this around so maybe it looks like the lion is speaking. I'm just trying to think of some ideas that they might use, but I'm telling you, the students are always way more creative than I am. They could come over and they could put some text in there. I loved the book How to Scare a Lion. And again, I can reformat that by going to the editing space. And I can move it like this and fit it into that speech bubble. I could maybe have the boys and girls, maybe they might want to even take a photo of one of the pages. So they could go to their camera and to the photo, and they could go ahead and they could take a photo of a page in a book like this. So they could go ahead and take a photo of it. And they can resize this as well. And could go like this. I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit and just move it all around a second. See how easy it is to move it though. And then what they could do is they could come over here and they could use the record button to read this. I'm going to add a couple more little things on here before I record, because once I record, I can't move things around anymore. I can edit it, but I can't move them around anymore. So I might put some stars going on up here. I can also use the tools down here in any way that I want to. So I might make this a little bit more pizzazzy. Not super pizzazzy, but you're getting the idea. There's the eraser tool right here. There's also undo, so that erases more at a time. I might go over here and change the color of this so you can see it a little bit better, but I could go like this and just make it a little bit fancy. And I am just going to call this good. And then I could come over here and I could use the microphone button, and as a student, I could read this to you. So right now it's recording me. So When they reached the ladder on the other side, Frederick asked, "Wasn't that scary, Leonard?" So you could send this to them. You could have them send this to you. You could have them show you how fluent they are. You could have them show you their favorite part of the book. You could put this, you could have all the children share this on the blog, on the class blog. That could also be a part of your Seesaw experience. They can listen to this again. As a student, I could read this to you. So right now, and if they liked it, they could check it to approve it, or they could re-record. Once I check this, that means that it's going to go to teacher for me to approve. But as a student, just like always, I can still go down here into the edit space and I can edit this item. So that is just a great way for students to respond to you in other ways than you always sending them an activity. There's so many things that you could do with this. You could have them go outside and create their own drawing of 5 things that are living. They could take pictures of 5 things that are living. Sky is really the limit on this. That's the feature actually that I love the most about Seesaw, is when the students create things for me.